Hey y'all, it's me P and I'm back with another cooking video. If you're new here, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the fam. If you're not, thank you so much for coming back. We appreciate all of y'all. Let's get into this homemade meatball and spaghetti recipe. So first, for the critics, yes, we chop up fresh seasoning over here. Sometimes we don't. This is a time that we did not, but it works just fine, y'all. Get y'all bag of or the container of frozen season or fresh season that's not frozen rather, and use that. So I like to keep it simple on my flavor when it comes to my meatball and spaghetti. I do Italian, season, basil, garlic, and to make it Cajun Creole, we put this on as saturates. I like the extra onions and bell peppers in my meatballs. And for our binder, we use 1 egg. You could use 2, and breadcrumbs. I like them to get kind of moist and looser, and I feel like 1 egg, make sure that makes that happen. As y'all can see, I'm pretty light on shaking this, but I did go back and add some more Creole seasoning and some more of the black pepper and like a little bit more of everything after I mixed it up and kind of catch the smell and look at it. At this point, you're going to grind it up real good with your fingers and blend everything in well. This is when you can look and see if you need more seasoning or not. I did try to start my oil on the stove because I wanted to try frying them in a frying pan for the first time. So I ended up seeing somebody say that her family has always did it in a frying pan. I've always done it in the oven, and I love how it comes out in the oven. Basically, you do the same thing. You put it in a pan with some water, and you put it in the oven for about 10-15 minutes. You let the water out, or you just pick the meatballs up out the water. And it's not a lot of water. It's just enough to make steam and to prevent them from sticking. After I mixed it up, this is when I realized it was time to add more seasoning. And this came out so good this night, y'all. It was so savory and just sweet because I also add sugar to my sauce, and it was really, really good. I mixed that in, and that's how it looks. Now, y'all, shout out to all the immigrants out there because without immigration, we would have no Italian food. We had some immigrants came over between the 1800s and the early 1900s. They poured it in New Orleans, and they brought their culture. We mixed it with our culture, and we have some great flavors. We use Roma tomatoes instead of regular tomatoes because of the sweetness of them, and we made magic together. So shout out to them. Shout out to New Orleans. I love my hometown. I know y'all can hear it. My accent is very, very thick. I'm very much proud of it, especially when it comes to just being able to cook anything I want. Like any flavor I taste, I can replicate it and bring it to my family table, and that's like my love language. So this is how I'm rolling my meatballs. Y'all can see they look very nice. The meat is very well blended. This is like a 80-20 lean ground beef, so it is going to be on the softer side and it's not as greasy. The person who I saw do this on Instagram was just speaking on how she likes that crust layer on her meatballs. and how it gives like a different flavor and texture to the sauce. And she was not lying. Like, I just love this. This looks so good, and it cooked very much through. I did not have to put them in the oven, and of course it's gonna cook more once it gets into the pot. But I did like get it a nice crisp on each side, and I did this for my whole bowl of meatballs, but I just did it in parts, so I didn't want to fill the whole pan up with all the meatballs, basically. So after they fried for a few minutes on each side, just turning them occasionally, I'm just going to take them out of the grease, drain whatever grease, and I kept a little bit to add into the pot because, y'all, we got to be honest, that's flavor. So I did add some of it to the pot, and as it started cooking, y'all going to see I'm going to have to skim some off the top. If you don't know what skimming is, watch to the end so y'all can see how I skim the grease off the pot, because you don't want greasy food. I'm sorry that I didn't show y'all what brand of sauce I use, but it's really not that important. You can use whatever brand you want. Soon I will be making my own sauce. I'm excited about that. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. So that is coming. But this is me adding sugar. Yes, sugar to my sauce. I add sugar to my spaghetti sauce, my hamburger helper, my red beans, like my cabbage. I add sugar to almost everything. My chicken and gravy, like everything is gonna get the sugar. Sorry, not sorry. It's so good. If you don't add sugar to your food, try it. It also cuts the acidity of the spaghetti sauce, and it just ties very well with the spice and the salty, and it have that sweet. You missing the sugar. Like, you missing the sugar and you don't even know it. For real. This pot feeds the 5 of us in one day. We might have enough for one bowl the next day. I cook all of my meals in this pot, and it never has enough for leftovers. So I'll say that. And y'all saw how much meatballs it was. I do want like a bigger regular day cooking pot so that I can have leftovers. I'm starting to realize that is very much needed because I'm really cooking every day, and I might take off a day. But this is me skimming the pot for the extra grease. Y'all could definitely leave some for flavor, but honestly it was a whole lot of grease. I had about half a bowl, but as y'all can see, the sauce is nice and like thick and creamy. It's not very watery. I probably use 2 cans of sauce or 2 jars, or whatever I use is always 2. I never just use one. And I use the big jars, so to make sure it's like nice and what's the word? Like very rich. I want it very much rich with sauce. So now I'm just plating it, and that's it, y'all. You can add your cheese on top. Look at that grease bowl right there. There you go. That was how much grease I took out. So I'm just plating this bowl. I didn't like how I plated that one for y'all, so I plated another one because I also post reels on my Instagram and YouTube shorts as well. So I just wanted to give like a nice presentation. But that's the end of this recipe. I have a bunch more recipes on this channel. Y'all could check out my recipe playlist. You can also request things that y'all want me to cook. I will do it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and come back for some more.